Hello friends, welcome to this video series on number system. In this section, we will be studying and looking into some applications of HCF and co-prime numbers taken together. So let's move ahead. So in the previous section, we saw how to find the number of such numbers which are less than number n and co-prime to that number. So how many such numbers exist and what would be the sum of those numbers that we saw. Now we'll build upon those concepts here and now see some different variations of those concepts. So here let us see. Here we'll be seeing how to find the set of two co-prime factors of any number. So any number we know, say suppose n is nothing but 12. Say suppose. So n is 12. So we can write this as 2 square into 3, right? So now we have to find and certainly, so what would be the factors? Factors would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. So we have to find how many set of two factors out of these factors would be co-prime to each other or relatively prime to each other. So that we can manually see. I mean, if we see one, so one can be co-prime or one is relatively prime to what? One is relatively prime to all the numbers 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. By relatively prime, I mean the co-prime, wherein the pair would give a HCF 1. So 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 6, 1, 12. On pairs, HCF would be 1. So here, how many numbers are there? Total 5. Right. Similarly, if we take other factor 2, so how many numbers are relatively prime to 2? So 1 we have already seen. So we look towards right. So 2, so 3 will be prime to 2 number or 2. Then do we have any number else? No. So only one number, one pair, that is 2, 3. Then we will see for 3. 3, uh, which number? 4, 3, 4 as a pair are relatively co-prime. So here also only one. I mean other numbers 3, 6 and 3, 12 are not co-prime. Now if we see 4, there is no any case. I mean 4, the rest of the numbers 6 and 12 are having a common factor. Similarly, if we take 6, then also the next number 12. So 0 cases. So total number of such cases comes out to be how many? If we add this, 7. So this is one way where we manually write on the factors and then see which all pairs are co-prime to each other. But as you can see, this can be some time taking and a bit of a lengthier also. Similarly, if we see another example, say suppose n is equal to 18. Let's take a smaller example, 18. So 18 we can write as 2 into 3 square. So what are the factors here? 1, 2, 3, 6, 9 and 18, right? So now we have to, among these 6 factors, which one pair of two factor will be co-prime or relatively prime to each other. So let's check. For 1, rest of the numbers are co-prime as a pair, 2, 3, 6, 9, 18. For 2, 3 is co-prime, relatively prime, 6 is not, 9 is relatively prime. Now, and for other numbers, I mean 3, there is no such number which can be relatively prime to 3. Similarly for 6, 9, 18 also. So here we get 5 cases and here we get 2 cases. So total we are getting 7 cases. Okay. Now if we see for other number, so say 72. Right. So if n is equal to 72, so 72 can be written this way. So here there will be actually many factors. We can see that. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 12, 18, 24, 36 and 72. So if we find what will be prime to 1 on the remaining, so we have here 12, so all the 11 numbers would be co-prime to or natively prime to 1. For 2, which all are here, so 3 would be there, then 9 would be there, anything else, no, only two numbers. So here 2, here it was 11, then for 3, 4, 8, that's it. So only two numbers are relatively prime to 3. Then with 4, do we have any number? Yes, 6, 8, no, 9. 9 is co-prime to 4. Then we don't have anything else. 1. Then with 5, sorry, 5 is not a factor here. 6. So 6 के साथ only 8 would be there, I believe. Yes, only one. And what about then 8? With 8, only one number, which is 9. And then after this 9, I think post 9, all the numbers has a factor in common. So so what will be sum? 11 to 13, 15, 16, 17, 18. So this way we can find the set of two numbers which are co-prime to each other, or which are relatively prime to each other. But as we can see, this is a very tedious and a lengthy process. So here we have a I mean shortcut or a formula or a expression through which we can find this in a very real quick time. So what is that? Let us see. So here in this case, if we see, we have this factor, right? So if the question is to find the set of different factors of n which are co-prime, and that can be given as nothing but 2 into the index of the prime numbers, so 2 into 2 plus 1 into the next prime number is 3, index is 1, so 2 into 1 plus 1, that's it, minus 1 upon 2, right? So this here we get how much? 5 into 3 minus 1 upon 2, that is 7, same as what we had got here. So this is very simple method. We can similarly here we have, I mean same thing. Now 2 into 3 square, so again same thing, power of 2 is 1, so it will be 1 into 1, sorry, 2 into 1 plus 1 into index of 3 is 2, so that will be 2 into 2 plus 1 minus 1 upon 2. So this d, so d would be nothing but 3 into 5, 15 minus 1, this is also 7, same as what we had got here. And in the last case also, if we see, that will be given by 2 into what is the index of 2, that is 3 plus 1 into, then index of 3 is 2, so again 2 into index of 3 is 2 plus 1 minus 1 upon 2. So here it is nothing but 6 plus 1, 7, 7 into 5, 35. So 6 plus 1, 7, 7 into 5, 35 minus 1, 34 by 2 is 17. So it is 17. Here we got 18. Let us check this here. 1 we have 11, 2 we have 3 and 9, 3 we have 4 and 8, 4 we have 9, 6. Oh, 6 के साथ it cannot be anything, no? This is not a valid thing, because s- with 6, 8 is not or relatively prime. It has a common factor of 2. So this case is not valid actually. This we can strike down. So now it becomes 17 itself. This is same as what we get here. So with the formula, the chances of error is very less. But if we manually count, there can be there is a probability of getting it wrong, because I mean larger the number, the tedious it becomes in terms of calculation and taking track of all the number. So this way we can proceed and find the set of two co-prime factors. This is one of the way, right? So now let us take another example again. Say suppose the same examples we see in a different way. How can we find? If it was 12, so 12 we can write as 2 square into 3. So question is ki the different factors of n which are co-prime. So we know we can write any factor of 12 as what? Any factor we can write as 2 raised to power a into 3 raised to power b, right? And second factor can be written as 2 raised to power c into 3 raised to power d, whereas a comma c has a value between 0 to 2 from here, right? And uh, b comma d has a value 0 between 0 and 1. This is fairly simple. This we have seen in factors series also. The factors can be generically written in this form, and a and c will take a value from 0 to maximum to 2, and b and d will take a value either 0 or 1. From here we are checking. So now the question is ki how many so this is generic factor. So how many factors will be co-prime to each other? So it means ki HCF of F1 and F2 is to be 1 for co-prime. So what can be the HCF of F1 and F2? HCF can be written as nothing but 2 raised to power, what will be the index minimum of A comma C, right? This is the way we find the HCF by prime factorization. We check the prime factor and then take the minimum of the index. Similarly, for 3, we will the index will be the minimum of B comma D. So this will be HCF, right? So and for this to be 1, for it this F1 F2 being co-prime, it means that minimum of A comma C has to be 0 and minimum of B comma D has to be 0, right? Then only 2 raised to power 0 into 3 raised to power 0 is equal to 1. Then only it will be 1. So now see, minimum of A comma C is to be 0. So suppose, so A C, and here we'll see for cases for B D. So what does this mean? Ki either minimum of A comma C has to be 0. So suppose A is 0. So C can take what values? From here C can take value from 0, 1, 2. So let us take 0, 1, 2, and A is 0. Now if say suppose C is 0, so what value can A take? A can take again from 0 to 2, right? 0 to 2. So if C is 0, so A can take either 0, so 0 0 is already there, that will not count, 1, or we can it can take 0 and 2. So there are how many cases? 2 to 4 and 5 cases. So this is total 5 cases. Similarly for B and D we can check. So minimum of B and D has to be 0. So either B or D is 0. So let us suppose B is 0. So what value can D take? D can take between 0 to 1. So let us take first case it is 0 and second it is 1. Okay. Now possibility could be that D takes a value of 0. So what value can B take? B can take either 0 or 1. 0 already has taken, B has taken, so it will take 1. So it is 3 here. So total number of cases would be what? Number of ways is nothing but this 5 into 3 into 3, 15. But see here one thing, if we multiply 5 into 3, so it will give two cases of 0 0 0 0, right? And which is same, so we minus that one case. I mean if we multiply this 0 0 with here, on these three numbers, we will get 1 0 0 0 0. And now this BD multiplied with all these five again will give 1 0 0. So there were 2 0 0 cases. So that one we will minus. So it is 14. So had the question been to find the number of ordered pairs, the set of ordered pairs of different factors which are co-prime, then answer would have been 14. So this is nothing number of wage ordered pairs. But if the number of unordered pair is there, ordered pair, by unordered pair means ki we are not very concerned about A takes 0 or C takes 1, or A takes 1 or C takes 0. Both are same for us. So in that case, it will be just half of the previous case, 14 by 2, that is 7. So this is the way we approach the question. 7 here we got. Here also we had got 7 as answer, and this was unordered. I mean, we were not differentiating between pair 1 2 and 2 1. 1 2 is same as 2 1 for us. This is an unordered pair case. Had it been ordered, then it would have been just twice this, 14. Okay, so this is one way. So now for similarly, if we have to, I just try one more, say 72 thing. Let us, if n is 72, so this is nothing but 2 raised to power 3 into 3 raised to power 2, right? So what would be the case here? So factors can be generically written as 2 raised to power a into 3 raised to power b, and second factor can be 2 raised to power c into 3 raised to power d, where a comma c will take values from 0 to 3, which index of 2 is 3 here, and b comma d will take values from 0 to 2, right? So now for HCF of f1 f2 to be 1, so it means that minimum of a comma c has to be 0, and minimum of b comma d has to be 0 for this f1 f2 to have a HCF of 1, to so that f1 f2 can be co-prime. So now we will see a comma c has to be 0, right? Minimum. So let us see a c b d. So suppose a takes a value of 0, so what can c take? C can take all the value from 0 1 2 3. So first takes 0, then 1 2 3, and a takes 0. Okay, now C takes 0. Okay, so what all values can A take? A can take 0 1 2 3. So since 0 already has taken 0 0, so now it will be 1 2 3 0 0. Similarly, so this is the case. Here it counts to 2 to 4 to 6 7. Now B, minimum of B comma D is 0. So let's suppose first B, if B is 0, so D can take 0 1 2 3 values, right? 0 1 2. Now if D is 0, so B can take 0 1 2. B has already taken 0, so it will 1 2 0. So here it has taken 5 values. So number of pairs ordered pairs had been would have been 7 into 5, 35. Okay, but if the number of unordered pairs of factor is the question, then it will be 35 minus 1 by 2. Why minus 1? Because again same case, we are multiplying 2 times. 0 0 0 0 will come twice, which is same. We are not differentiating between. Achha, here it will be 1 15, because so now it will be what, 35 minus 1 by 2 is 17, same as what we had got there. Okay, so this way we can approach the questions. I mean, this is another way of approaching questions of this pattern. So now and this is what we had got here also, 17 as answer. Okay, sorry, here it will be, yeah, so 17 is the answer. Now we'll move to the next pattern of questions. I mean similar pattern, but we'll see another method how to solve this question. So same example we'll take, say 12 we had taken, so 2 square into 3. Okay, so now any factor f1 can be written as 2 raised to power a into 3 raised to power b, and another factor f2 could be written as 2 raised to power c into 3 raised to power d, where a comma c can take value from 0 to 2, and b comma d can take value from 0 to 1. From indexes we can say this. So now see HCF of f1 f2 will be 2 raised to power minimum of AC into 3 raised to power minimum of BD, such that it is 1, right? So minimum of AC has to be 0, and minimum of BD has to be 0. Okay, so now say we will use the concept of probability, and those of you who know probability can very well get this concept. So how many values can A take? A can take three values, 0, 1, 2, right? So A can take three values. Similarly, how many values can C take? C can also take three values, 0, 1, 2. So 3 into 3 minus. But if we do 3 into 3, it assumes that A and C can take all the possible values. But we need a case where either A or C is at least 0. Okay, so we will subtract those cases where neither A nor C has taken a value of 0. So, I mean, they have taken a value more than 0. So, how many more than value 0 are possible? 1 and 2. So, A also takes those two value and B also takes those two value. So, this is the number of way, 5 ways. Okay. Now, for B comma D to be 0, B can take two values, 0 and 1. Okay, two values. Similarly, D can take two values, 0 and 1. So, 2 into 2. But here there is a case where B and D both takes 1 and 1, and hence minimum of 1 comma 1 will be 1, not 0. So we need to subtract the case where neither B nor D takes a value 0. So what would be, so in that case B and D can take only one value, that is 1. So 1 into 1, so 3. So total number of cases should be, number of ways unordered unordered would be what, 3 into 5 minus 1 upon 2. Why we are doing minus 1? Because if just subtracting the case where both the cases are 0 0. Okay, so it becomes 7. Similarly, if we take that another example of 17 2, so here 72 n is equal to, this we can write as 2 raised to power 3 into 3 square, right? So factors can take a generic value of 2 raised to power a into 3 raised to power b, and second factor can take a value of 2 raised to power c into 3 raised to power d, where a comma c can take values from 0 to 3, and b comma d can take values from 0 to 2. This is, yeah. So now for f1 f2 to be co-prime, from here we know कि minimum of a comma c can be 0, and minimum of b comma d has to be 0, right? Either a or c or both can be 0, either b or d or both can be 0, right? So what would be the case here? So now see, here if we just use the concept of probability, a can take how many values? A can take 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 values. 4. Similarly, C can take how many values? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 values. But this also includes those values where neither A nor C has taken a value of 0. So subtracting those cases, so what would be those cases? When neither A nor C has taken value of 0. So they would have taken value of either 1, 2 or 3 from here. So A takes those three value, that is 1, 2, 3, and C also takes those three value 1, 2, 3. In this fashion, neither A nor C can take value of 0. So we are subtracting those cases here. So this is nothing but 16 minus 9 is 7. Here it can be written as minimum of B comma D is 0. So B can take what? B can take 0, 1, 2, 3 values, and D can take 3 values, minus subtracting the case where none of these two have taken value of 0. So 2 into 2, right? B taking 1, 2 and D taking 1, 2 as a value. So those cases we are subtracting. So this ensures that at least B or D has taken at least one value at 0. So here it is 9 minus 4 is 5. So number of unordered pairs is how much? 35 minus 1 by 2, which is 17. And number of ordered pairs, just double 34. Okay. So I mean this we can get 7 into 5 minus 1. So this way we can calculate and proceed questions of this pattern. So here we saw that we were finding the set of two factors. Now if the question were to find the set of three factors which are co-prime, which are relatively prime to each other. So how to approach such questions? So say suppose, I mean, let us take an example of n is equal to 48. Okay, so 48 can be written as 2, 4 into 3. Okay, so we have to write three factors. F1, F1 can be 2 raised to power a into 3 raised to power b. F2 can be 2 raised to power c into 3 raised to power d. Third factor F3, let it be 2 raised to power e into 3 raised to power f. Now uh, see HCF, so it means ki AC, minimum of AC has to be 0, minimum of CE has to be 0, minimum of AE has to be 0. So we can write here from, I mean, the previous question which we saw, ki minimum of A comma C comma E has to be 0, such that the HCF becomes 1. Okay, and minimum of BDF has to be 0. Okay, so this way we can uh, now, so how many, in how many ways ACE can take at least a value of 0? So see here, I mean, if we write ACE can take values from 0 to 4, right? 4 is the index, and BDF can take values from what, 0 to 1. Power is 1 only. So ACE, A can take 5 values, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So A can take 5 values, right? I mean, if we see here, just if you don't understand, A can take 5 values, C can take 5 values. What are those? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly, E can take 5 values. So ACE can total takes 5 into 5 into 5, 125 values, right? So this is the all possible values which A comma C comma 3 E can take, but we want only those cases where minimum of at least one of them takes a value of 0. So total case minus the case where none of them takes a value of 0. So case where no one of ACE takes a value of 0 can be A takes value 1 2 3 4 4 ways, C takes value 1 2 3 4 4 ways, E takes value 1 2 3 4. So this way it is 64. So same we will be doing here, 5 cube minus 4 cube. So this is nothing but 61. Similarly, BDF can take a value 0 1 two ways. So 2 cube minus 1 cube. Same fashion. So this is nothing but 7. So total number of here number of ordered pairs would be 61 into 7, right? See here we cannot get unordered pairs. I mean because when we say pairs it is only for two numbers, unordered pairs. Otherwise whenever there are three triplets or quadruplets it automatically becomes an ordered. So 61 into 7, that is nothing but 7 and 427. So this is the number of ordered triplets which are co-prime uh, to each other. Now we'll take another example just to consolidate this thought and this concept. So if n is so let us take another example 120. So this is nothing but 3 into 5. Okay, so f1 can take value of what, 2 raised to power a into 3 raised to power b into 5 raised to power c. F2 can take 2 raised to power d into 3 raised to power e into 5 raised to power f. F3 can take 2 raised to power g, 3 raised to power h and 5 raised to power I, where a, d and g can take values from 0 to 3, right? And b, e and h can take values from 0 and 1, and c, f and I can take values from 0 and 1. Okay, so this is the way. Now we have to ensure, we have to find key their HCF of F1, F2, F3 is 0. So here what we mean, minimum of A, D and G is 0. Similarly, minimum of B, E, H is 0 and minimum of C, F, I is 0. How many ways can it be? A, D, G. A can take 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 values. So 4q, 4q because A, D, G all will take 4, 4, 4 values. Minus taking the value when none of them takes a value 0. So on taking value of 1, 2, 3, that is 3q, right? Here it will be BEH. So again 2 cube minus 1 cube. And here also 2 cube minus 1 cube. Same concept. I'm not reiterating everything. So it is 64 minus 27 is how much? 37. This is 7 and this is again 7. So number of ordered ways, ordered triplets, number of ordered triplets is nothing but 37 into 7 into 7. Whenever the number of terms required is 3 or more, so it's always ordered thing. We cannot get unordered. So this is the required answer. So this is the process which we adopt for when we have to find for ordered triplets. Now if the question is for ordered quadruplets, similar pattern we will take. So just I'll take one example and move ahead quickly. So same example I'll take n is equal to 48, say suppose. So here we will have four factors: f1, f2, f3, f4, right? So again we can write it as 2 raised to power a into 3 raised to power b. I mean, all these terms can be similarly written, right? So minimum it has to be, right? If it is a1, a2, a3, a4, so minimum of a1, a2, a3, a4 has to be 0, and similarly minimum of, if suppose this is b1 and next terms are here 2 raised to power a2 into 3 raised to power b2, so on, so on. So b1, b2, b3 and b4 is 0. So here how many ways it can be? A1 AI takes a value from 0 to 4 and BI takes a value from 0 to 1, right? So AI can take value in total 5 values: 5 raised to power 4 minus 4 raised to power 4, and here it can be 2 raised to power 4 minus 1 raised to power 4. So this is nothing but 625 minus 256, and this is nothing but 15, right? So this we can write as 369 into 15. So number of ordered quadruplets is 369 into 15. So this is the approach and the process to move ahead in the question. Uh, when you are asked to find the number of quadruplets of coprime in the factors of any number of quadruplets. Now, so far we have seen concept. Now we will be seeing the number of ways to write a n number n as sum of two coprime numbers. So suppose if you have to write x plus y is equal to say 8. So you have to write 8 as a sum of two co-prime numbers where x and y are co-prime. So manually we can see 1 7, then 3 5. Do we have anything else? No, 4 4. So it repeats. So there are only two pairs, right? Similarly, if say examples, another example we take, x and y are co-prime numbers and we have to write say uh, any number say 48, which is 2 raised to power 4 into 3 as sum of here. So here x can take values either 147, 246 no, 345 no, 4 no, 5 and 43, then 7 and 41, then 9 and 37 no, 9 and 39, but there's a common factor of 3, right? Then it will be 11 and 37, 13 and 35, 15 and 33 has a common factor, for 14 also. uh, Another would be 17 and 31, then 19 and 29, then 21 and 27, but it has a common factor 23 and 25. So this is the way. So how many 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8? So there are 8 such cases, right? 8 cases, 8 ways of, rather. But we saw this is quite tedious and prone to calculation error also. We are manually checking which two pairs would be co-prime to each other. So if we use this formula, then through this we can directly, so the number d, say suppose number of ways in which we can write it as a sum of two co-prime numbers is that be d, so that can be nothing but half into number itself, which is 8 into 1 minus 1 by, here it is nothing but 2 raised to power 3, right? So 1 minus 1 upon the prime factor, which is 2. So this becomes 1 by 2 into 8 into 1 by 2. So that is 2. And here also we had got 2 wedge. So 2 wedge we will get. Similarly for this, if we check, so D will be nothing but number itself, 48 by 2 into 1 minus 1 upon first prime factor is 2. Then 1 into 1 minus 1 upon second prime factor, which is 3. So this way we can write as uh, 48 by 2 into 1 by 2 into 2 by 3. So 2 to 4, 12. So here also we are getting 8 wedge, same as what we got here. So I mean, if we use this formula, it is really fast and much simpler, and there's no scope of any calculation mistake or something. But if we do this manually, though we can arrive at a similar result, but this is much more linear and prone to error. So this way we can use this formula and get the number of ways to write any number n as sum of two prime numbers. Now we will see the number of ways to write a number n as a product of two co-prime numbers. So same question if we had seen where x and y are co-prime to each other, x into y is equal to 8. So how many ways we can write here? So see, I mean, if, mm, for co-prime, so here is only one prime factor, 2 cube. So either it can be either 1 into 2 raised to power 3, right? That's the only way we can write. Otherwise, no other way possible. Say suppose we take an example of, let's take p into q, because we have used x here in the formula also. So p into q is equal to, say, uh, let us take 48. So this is nothing but 2 raised to power 4 into 3, right? So this we can write as either 1 into 48, or we can write as 2. I mean, basically we have to distribute the two prime factors. We have two prime factors here, 2 and 3. So, and automatically for the factor, for the multiplication to be same as the number, the index will be same as here only. So 2 raised to power 4 and 3 raised to power 1. This is the only two ways possible, right? If we say another example, see another example, p into q, where p and q are the prime factors, is equal to nothing but 120. So 120 is 2 cube into 3 into 5, right? So this we can write as what? So see, product of two numbers we have to write, which are co-prime to each other. So let's first be 1, so other would be the number itself, which is 120. Second, let us have the power of 2, so index of 2. So if we are taking index of 2, so I mean, if we are taking a prime number 2, so automatically index would be automatic here, 2 raised to power 3. So remaining two prime numbers, which are 3 into 5, will be in the second, second number q. Now if p takes value of another co-prime or another prime factor, which is 3, so q will take the other prime factors which are remaining, 2 raised to power 3 and 5. if q if p takes now 5, then this will take, q will take what, 2 raised to power 3 into 3. So this is the four wage. For by wage I mean unordered wage. I mean, we are not differentiating between what values p and q will take. If it's ordered, then it will be just double. So now see here, So this is 4 ways. So this is manually also we can count, but I mean if we use this formula, we can really get this in a real quick time. So what is it now? If we see here, we can write any number as a product of two co-prime in say d number of ways. So that d will be nothing but 2 raised to power the number of prime factor of the number. So 8 has only one prime factor which is 2. So 1 minus 1 which is 1. 2 raised to power 0 is 1, and here also we had got 1. Here if we find d can be nothing but 2 raised to power number of prime factors. Here we have two prime factor 2 and 3. So 2 minus 1. So it is 2 raised to power 1 is 2. Same here also we had got two cases, two ways. And here we are referring to two unordered, right? Two unordered pairs of co-prime number. Now here we'll see number of such ways would be what? 2 raised to power. We have three prime factors 2, 3 and 5. So 2 raised to power 3 minus 1 is equal to 2 raised to power 2 is 4. And here also we have got four such cases. So this is very easier. Now had the question been to find a number of ordered pairs, so it would have been just double, right? So this is would be 2. So now here, I mean, unordered means ki at one point x is taking value of 1, y is taking value of 8. Another instance, x will be taking a value of 8, y will be taking a value of 1. So those are two different cases. So ordered pairs should be 2. But if simply the question is to find number of ways, so we can write only one way, that is 1 into 8. Here if the number of ways is asked, it's only two ways, 1 into 42 and 16 into 3. But if it's two ordered, then it will be four ways. What? 1 into 48, 48 into 1, 16 into 3, 3 into 16. So that way. So hope this is clear. Now we'll move to the some illustrations where we use make use of this concept and solve some questions. So now question is how many set of two different factors of this number have HCF 4536. Number might look big and it's appears to be difficult, but actually it's not a case actually. So we can first number is given as n is equal to 2 raised to power 6 into 3 raised to power 5 into 7 raised to power 3, right? So it is two different factors. So let those factors be f1. F1 can be written as 2 raised to power a1 into 3 raised to power b1 into 7 raised to power c1. This will be a generic form of any factor. Let another factor be 2 raised to power a2, 3 raised to power b2 and 7 raised to power c2, where ai takes values from a is an index of 2 and 2 can take 2 has a 6, so it can take values from 0 to 6, right? 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. Similarly b can take any values from 0 to 5 and c can take any values from 0 to 3. So this is the, you know, so far we have seen. Now let us see what would be the HCF of f1 f2. Would be nothing but 2 raised to power minimum of a1 a2. This is the way we find HCF. We take the common prime factor and then see the lowest of the index. Similarly in case of 3 it will be minimum of b1 b2. Similarly in case of 7 it will be minimum of c1 c2. So this way this is the HCF. Okay, and now we have been given ki HCF is nothing but 4536. Let us factorize this 4536. 4536, or let us try with first 8 5, then 3 3 9, first let us check 9, let's check 1, again divisible by 9, 7. So this is nothing but 2 raised to power 3 into 3 raised to power 4 into 7. Okay, so now from here, minimum of a1 comma a2 will be 3 only for the HCF. So HCF is nothing but 2 raised to power 3 into 3 raised to power 4 into 7 raised to power 1. So we can say minimum of a1 comma a2 will have to be 3. Minimum of b1 comma b2 will have to be 4, and minimum of c1 comma c2 will have to be what? 1, right? 1. Now let us see, check the first case here. Mm, let us, minimum of a1 a2 is 3. We know a can take a1 a2 can take values from 0 to 6, that is 7 values it can take, right? So 7 into 7, 7 values for a1, 7 values for a2, total it can take, I mean, if we can write here a1 a2, a1 can take 7 values, a2 can take 7 values, but we need a value such that ki at least a1 or a2 takes a value of 3, right? So what to do here? Minimum of a1 or a2 has to be 3. So we will subtract those cases where a1 and a2 are taking a value which is less than 3. So suppose 0, 1, 2, 3. So that way we can find here, right? So it will be nothing but uh, if 3 minimum has to be 3, so we'll subtract those cases where a1 a2 are taking a value which is 0, 1, 2. So minus 3 into 3, right? Otherwise also we can see here I mean, if a1 takes a value of, say, suppose 3, so a2 can take what, how many values? A2 has a 4 option, it can take 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now if now if so it is 4 cases. Now if a2 takes a value of minimum 3, so a1 has 4 options, that is 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6. So one is already there, so let us, I mean, write those a1 a2. So it is, let's suppose a1 takes 3, so a2 can take 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Now if a2 takes 3, so a1 can take what, 4, 5, 6, right? So how many cases are here? 7 cases, right? So this will be nothing but 7 cases. Similarly, if minimum of b1 comma b2 is 4, so b1 b2 can take 5 values. So same way we can write b1 comma b2 can take 0 to 5, 6 values, but minimum has to be 4. So suppose b1 takes 4, so b2 can take how many values? 4, 5, 2 values. So 2 cases. Similarly, so it will be either 4 or 5. Now if b2 takes 4, so it will be either 5 only. So 3 cases. So here it will be 3. Now if c1 c2 minimum has to be 1. So what is the case here? C1 C2 minimum 1. So it means either let us write here C1, C2. So C1 say suppose takes 1. So C2 can take 1, 2, 3, right? If C2 takes 1, so C1 can take uh, 2, 3. So 5 cases. So 7 into 3 into 5. So this we could have written. So number of ways, how many sets actually? So that becomes nothing but 7 into 3 into 5 minus 1 by 2, right? So that is nothing but 52. This we could have written this also. I mean a1 into minimum 3. So a1 a2 can take values what? 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 values. 4 raised to power 4. Oh, sorry, 4 into 4, right? So A1 can take four values, that is 3, 4, 5, 6. A2 can take four values, 3, 2, 4, sorry, 3, 4, 5, 6. Minus, we will subtract those cases where neither A1 nor A2 has taken a value 3. So it means when all are taking value 4, 5, 6. So 3 into 3. This is same as 7. And this we have manually counted also. Similarly, if B1, B2 minimum is 4, so B1, B2 minimum is 4, it means 2 into 2. B1 can take two values, 4 and 5. Similarly, B2 can take two values, 4 and 5, minus. Subtract those cases where none of them takes a value 4, that is 1 into 1, or end up taking only 5. So here 3. Similarly, C1 and C2 minimum 1. So 1 means ki C1 can take 1, 2, 3, 3 values. Similarly, C2 can take 3 value, minus. We subtract those cases where neither C1 nor C2 takes a value 1. So C1 takes value 2 or 3, 2 wedge, and C2 takes values 2 or 3, 2 wedge. So this is same as 5. So this way we can calculate and get the answer. Since the question was to find the set of two different factors, so here we were not differentiating between uh, F1 and F2, rather just a set of, I mean just a unordered pairs it was asked. Had it been the ordered pairs in question, it would have been just the double. Answer would have been just the double. So this is the way we solve questions of this nature. Now, so there can be many variants of this also, but I mean those we have discussed in our website under the example section, so that you can see there. There's another way also to solve this question. Uh, so this we'll take up at the last. I mean, okay, how to check, how to solve this question. I mean, another way also. I don't know whether I have sufficient space left here, but so suppose if I can delete this. Hmm. So how many set of two different factors of n have HCF 4, 5, 3, 6? So it means that the two numbers we can write as 4, 5, 3, 6a and 4, 5, 3, 6b, right? Where a and b are co-prime to each other, co-prime numbers. So this is the general expression of two factors. So it means ki the number, this number n is a multiple of 4, 5, 3, 6. So can we write ki n upon 4, 5, 3, 6, n upon 4, 5, 3, 6. So this number, the number of ways in which it can be written as a set of factors where A into B as a product of two co-prime factors. Now, so now this number, the way it can be, the number of way it can be written as a product of two co-prime factor will be same as 52. So this is another way to approach such questions. Now, different sort of question we take here. This is the HCF of two number is 12 and their sum is 1728. So we know if two numbers, so those two numbers can be 12a and 12b, where a and b are co-prime to each other, is nothing but 1728. So here we can write a plus b is 1728 upon 12, 144, right? So this way we can write here. So now where a plus b we are getting as 144, where a and b are co-prime numbers. So this boils down to finding the number of ways in which a number can be written as a sum of two co-prime numbers, right? So this we already know. We have seen कि a number can be written as a co-prime number. So earlier we had seen here. So manually we could have done, but here since the number is very big, we use the formula. So this was the manual way of doing this, but now we not use the manual uh, way. We use the formula. So formula D is nothing but half into n into the number of ways actually. So that is 1 minus 1 upon 1 by 2 into 1 upon 1 minus 1 upon the other prime factor, which is 3. So this is half into n. N is 144 into half into 2 by 3. So here 12 times this will be 24 as answer. So this is very straightforward question. We could have solved this. I mean, and had we not been knowing this formula, it would have been really difficult to find uh, the answer to this question. Because by knowing this formula, otherwise we would have to find all the right 144 as sum of two co-prime factors with all the manual, I mean, cross checking. Those are very highly prone to mistake and linear also. So this formula makes it the life much easier, so simple. So 24 is the answer here. So 24 such pairs of uh, numbers are possible. We can directly find. Okay. Now if the question is the HCF of two number is 12 here, same, and their product is this long. So let the numbers again be 12a into 12b is equal to 388 800. How many pairs of such numbers are possible? So how many such pairs are possible? Here a and b are co-prime, because if any number HCF is 12, so numbers can be 12a and 12b. A and b are co-prime, right? By co-prime means they do not have a common factor in between them. So we can write as a into b is nothing but what? 388 800 by 12 into 12. So this is, this we can divide actually. 336 to 00, and this 12 will divide this 2700. So a into b is 2700, that is nothing but 3 cube, uh, 2 square into 5 square. So this is what we get here, right? So this boils down to the number of ways in which we can write this number 2 square into 3 cube into 5 square as a product of two co-prime numbers. So this we have seen, that is 2 raised to power x minus 1. And here we can, we can do this manually also. Here we can see we have tried doing this manually, product of two numbers, but here the number is so big, it's really difficult to get that doing manually, so we'll use the formula. So say d is the number of such ways in which we can write this number as a product of two co-prime factors, co-prime numbers. So what will be those? So that will be nothing but 2 raised to power uh, n minus 1, where n is the number of prime factors. Number of prime factors is 2 3 5, so 3 minus 1, so 2 raised to power 2, that is 4. Those four cases we can manually chart out also. Those will be 1 into uh, 2 square into 3 cube into 5 square. Second would be 2 square into 3 cube into 5 square. Then 3 cube, 3 factor here, and then here it will be 2 square into uh, 5 square, and then here 5 square into, it will be 2 square into 3 cube. So these four ways we can write, right? So that there's no common factor between these two. So this is the unordered pairs. Had the question been how many, simply this is how many pairs. Had the question been how many ordered pairs, then the answer would have been 8. Just double this question. So this is the way we proceed the questions of this pattern. Now we'll see one last example and then close this session. So here the find the number of unordered pairs of natural numbers p and q such that product of these numbers with their HCF gives this. So this is, we are asking unordered pairs of natural numbers p and q such that product of p and q, so means p into q multiplied with HCF of p and q is nothing but 2 raised to power 4 into 3 raised to power 6 into 5 raised to power 3 into 7. Now let's assume that HCF of p comma q is h. So we can write this as uh, p can be written as say a times h, and q can be written as b times h, where a and b are co-prime. Right, this is a generic way of writing any number whose pair whose HCF is h. So it means that we can write as AH into BH into H is equal to 2 raised to power 4 into 3 6 into 5 cube into 7. So this is nothing but H cube into A into B is 2 raised to power 4 into 3 raised to power 6 into 5 raised to power 3 into 7 raised 7. Okay, so say suppose in case 1 h cube takes a value of 2 cube. It can take a value of 2 cube. Okay, so what remains is 2 into 3 6 into 5 cube into 7, and this has to be written, this number has to be written in the form of a and b, where a into b are co-prime numbers. So this can be written as 2 raised to power, we have 4 prime factors, so 4 minus 1 3, which is 8. Okay, now the second case where h takes a value of 3 cube, so it's 3 cube. So here it, now what remains is 2 into 3 cube into 5 cube into 7. So again this can be written into 8 ways, which is again 8 ways. Now next, suppose it takes a value of 3 6. H cube can take a value of 3 6. So what remains is 2 4 into 5 cube into 7. Here only 3 factors are there, 3 prime factor. So the number will be 2 raised to power 3 minus 1, which is 4, right? 2 raised to power 3 minus 1. Now let us, it suppose it takes 5 cube. 5 cube, 5, so it remains 2 4 into 3 6 into 7. So again it will be same 4 factors. Now suppose it cannot take 7. So now let's combine different. So it takes 2 cube into 3 cube, right? And what remains is 2 into 3 cube into 5 cube into 7. So it can take 8 values. Now again 2 cube into 3 6 if it takes. So and what remains is 2 into 5 cube into 7. It can take 4 values. Now let us take next pair h cube can take is 2 cube into 5 cube, and here it's nothing but what remains is 2 into 3 6 into 7. So this is 4. Now next suppose it takes 2 into sorry 2 cube combination is over, so 3 cube into 5 cube. Let us write this side. So 3 cube into 5 cube is taken by h cube. So what remains is 2 4 into 3 cube into 7. So this has again 4 ways. Now say suppose h cube takes uh, mm, 3 6 into 5 cube, right? And what remains is 2 4 into 3 no 5 no 7. So it can have only what, mm, 2 raised to power 2 minus 1, the 2 ways. Now assume कि it takes value of 3 in combination, 2 cube 3 cube sorry 2 cube into 3 cube into 5 cube, and what remains is 2 into 5 into sorry 2 into 3 raised to power 6 into 7. So here it will be 4 factors, and then another 2 cube 3 6 into 5 cube. Okay, what remains is 2 into 3 won't have any, 5 won't have any, 7 will have. Okay, so here it will have 2 factors. So how many cases have you got? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. Okay, so these are the cases which we got. Any possible case? I think no, we are nothing, not missing anything. 2 5 here. Yeah, so 3 cases also we have taken. Fine. So what will be the total number of ways, unordered ways, would be, we are not differentiating between A and B. Simply we are writing this formula gives the unordered wage. So 8 plus 8 16, 4 20, 24, 32, 36, 40, 44, 46, 50, 52. So total number of wage is nothing but 52. So this is the answer. So hope uh, you can get many more questions for practice over these concepts on our website. But basically, I mean, what has been tried here to get the concepts clear and to focus upon the approach to solve a question. So hope that's been clear enough. If you have any query, you can post in the comment box. Thanks for watching this video.